These are the top 10 wheel effects in the history of Magic the Gathering. We're talking about parallel effects that have you and all other players discard your hands, then draw up to 7 cards. Now, in some cases, like in the case of Windfall, you're not necessarily going to draw 7 cards, but work pretty close. So these are the top 10 with a couple quick honorable mentions first.
Honorable mention number 1 is Dark Deal, black 2 for a sorcery. Each player discards all cards in their hand and then draws that many cards -1. Honorable mention number 2 is Wheel of Potential, red 2 for a sorcery. You get 3 energy. Each player may exile their hand and draw X cards. If X is 7 or more, you may play cards you own to exile this way until end of your next turn. It's interesting and energy is getting better, so this might make it someday. Honorable mention number 3 is Magus the Wheel, red 2 for a human wizard, 3/3 that for 2 you can sacrifice Magus the Wheel. Each player discards their hand, then draw 7. You can do that one at instant speed.
All right, let's count down the official top 10.
Number 10 is Reforge the Soul, red 3 for a sorcery. Each player discards their hand, then draw 7. It's just a wheel, right? And then for red 1, it has Miracle, which means if it's the first card you draw in a turn, you can cast it for its miracle cost.
Played a combo deck in Standard with Reforge years ago. This card is generally pretty good. I mean, it's a little bit hard to abuse, but the fact that you can flip this off of a cantrip on an opponent's turn and then cast it for 2 is really quite good. It's a very, very cool card. It's number 10.
At number 9, we've got Days Undoing, blue 2 for a sorcery. Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into their library, then draws 7 cards. If it's your turn, end the turn.
It's a cool effect. It's especially good in any kind of a deck that wants to refill their hand with cheap and free spells or instant speed spells, just because it only costs 3. Plus, I've always been pretty partial to cards that say end the turn.
Number 9 is Commit to Memory, blue 3 for an instant, put target spell or non-land permanent into its owner's library second from the top. Then it has the Aftermath side of blue 4 for a sorcery. Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into their library, then draws 7 cards.
4 mana instant speed interaction in a tempo or specifically a control deck is pretty good on the front half, and of course just kind of a soft time twister on the back half. Doesn't reshuffle anything, but still pretty cool. I've drafted this card in Cube many times.
This video is brought to you by Dragon Shield, who just sent me this incredible new playmat, The Fallen. It's available on the website right now. If you hit the link in my bio for this or any other Dragon Shield products and use my name, Ben Bateman, all lowercase, one word, you get 5% off your order. Number 7's a pretty fun one. Wheel of Misfortune, red 2 for a sorcery. Each player secretly chooses a number 0 or greater, then all players reveal those numbers simultaneously and determine the highest and lowest numbers revealed this way. Wheel deals damage equal to the highest number to each player who chose that number. Each player who didn't choose the lowest number discards their hand and draws 7.
Played with and against this card dozens of times, and I still find it confusing to read. It basically says, if you choose the highest number, you're going to take damage. If you choose the lowest number, you get nothing. And if you can guess correctly and get the middle, you get a wheel. Very fun for Commander. Not that powerful, but very cool.
Number 6, we're going to go Echo of Eons, 4 blue for a sorcery. Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard in their library, then draws 7 cards, but it has Flashback for blue 2.
I kind of love Echo of Eons, even though I actually don't play this in a single deck. But this version, this particular version with the future shifted border, looks incredible in foil, so someday I would love to get one. All right, guys, I'm going to go post this and post part 2, the top 5 wheels of all time, so hit that follow button if you guys want to see it.